Charlie Brown. This is Curve Flattening Concert number 618, and I welcome you aboard. Steve DeHaas, first guy in on YouTube, and Rhonda Scott Merrick, Slim Edelman, Charlie Bryant, Bob McKenna, Warren and Janelle, Heidi and Jerry out there in Colorado, Pam Zappardino, Kathy Marzik. Good to see you all this morning, and I have a passel, I think that's the right word, a passel of songs for you. Charlie the dog has been rambunctious all morning, but he has now calmed down and has accepted the fact that nothing is happening. He's hiding behind the big easy chair over there. And who else is here? Michael Anthony Wood and Mike Verbeek and Carol Pred and Michael Tierson, all the Michaels checking in, and David Arthur Radcliffe over there in the UK. So we have a quorum, and I'm going to get rolling. This is Michael Miller, who I don't see here yet, but who might show up, had requested either Townes Van Zandt or me. And you'll get a little bit of both today, so we'll start with Townes. Living on the road, my friend, is gonna make you free and clean. Now you wear your skin like iron, your breath's as hard as kerosene. You weren't your mama's only boy, but her favorite one, it seems. She began to cry when you said goodbye, sank into your dreams. Now Pancho was a bandit, boys. His horse was fast as polished steel. He wore his gun outside his pants for all the honest world to feel. They say he met his end, you know, on the desert south in Mexico. No one heard his dying word, but that's the way it goes. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They just let him go that way, out of kindness, I suppose. And Lefty, he can't sing the blues all night long like he used to. The dust that Pancho bit down south, it ended up in Lefty's mouth. And the day they laid poor Pancho low, Lefty split for Ohio, where he got the bread to go. Oh, there ain't nobody knows. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They just let him go that way, out of kindness, I suppose. Tell how Pancho fell. Lefty's living in a cheap hotel. The desert's quiet and Cleveland is cold. So the story ends, we're told. Pancho needs your prayers, it's true. Save a few for Lefty too. He just did what he had to do. Now he's getting old. And all the federales say they could have had him any day. They just let him go that way, out of kindness, I suppose. And some great federalists say they could have had him any day. They just let him go that way, out of kindness, I suppose. So, Townes Van Zandt, what a great song. And that's a song when I play backup for it. There's a clink from the Clinkophonic mug. Good morning to you all. I really like to get a kind of minimalistic flat picking thing going. So instead of a kind of constant, we value the silence in a tune like Pancho and Lefty, where it's just like. Anyhow, just a little sample of that. Next up, Carol Pred requested this, Here's That Rainy Day, and this is one that I used to play years ago, so I've tried to resuscitate it, and we'll see how it goes. And it's got an interesting structure. I'll talk about it afterwards. And this is a Jimmy Van Heusen tune. here's that rainy day. And the cool thing about this tune for you musicians out there, and even if you're not a musician, you might enjoy it. It goes back and forth between two keys, and one of them is kind of the key of F minor, and which leads up to an A flat chord. So that structure would be like, and that's home bass, and the other is F major. So those two keys, and the thing they have in common is F, the F note. So you have this F minor structure, and then it goes into F major. There's your F major, and then F minor. Where does it go from there? F major. And then there's a B part. Starts the same. Is all the same. And then it goes to, instead of to the minor, it goes to the major. There's your F. So it's very cool. It has these two different key structures, and they fit well together, even though their major scales are pretty different. So, on Wednesday, I got to play down at the Kennedy Center with Magpie. And that concert is up on my page, and you could find it there. And one of the tunes we played was a tune which Magpie used to play it years and years ago, and I played behind them then, and I always liked it, but I never thought about learning it. It was written by a guy named Paul Jeremiah. Some of you may remember him. He's still around. He's had a couple strokes, and he's living in a assisted living up in Rhode Island, and he was just in the second half of the 20th century, he was one of the premier blues guitarists and performers, and he also was a really good songwriter. He was a friend of Steve Mann's and Jack McGann's and my friend Winnie Winston, and he wrote this song, and it just suddenly struck me when I played it with Magpie the other night. I could sing that song. I'd like to sing that song, because sometimes you hear a song, it may, you may think it's really well written, maybe not, but it really just speaks to you, and it just has a great feel to it. And this one is one of those, and this is the first time performing it, so we'll hope for the best. I will keep working on it, but I've got what I think is a pretty nice arrangement for it. So it's called I Just Roll Along. I never sailed a ship out on the ocean breeze, but I have been adrift since the day that I could see. Don't ask me where I've been, I just roll along. And I learned about love just like I learned right and wrong. I know a familiar face like the words of my own song. Don't ask me how I know, they just come along. And if a fog comes in and bad weather's coming round, I just take in my sails, hope that I don't drown. Don't ask me why, I just roll along. Now there's people motivating around the world and then beyond. Yet I can sit right here and tell you that I'm gone. Don't ask me where I went, I just roll along. And if a fog comes in and bad weather's coming round, I just take in my sails, hope that I don't drown. Don't ask me why, I just roll along. 'Cause I never sailed a ship out on the ocean breeze, but I have been adrift since the day that I could see. Don't ask me where I've been, I just roll along. I Just Roll Along, written by Paul Jeremiah. And if you have a few minutes, go on YouTube and search up Paul Jeremiah, Geremia. And there's some live performances there, and there's a bunch of album cuts. Just a great musician, really wonderful. And we don't want him to be forgotten, because he was in that stratum of musicians who, the big corporations are not going to plug their music. So it could get lost. Let's not let that happen. I'm going to back up here and say hi to a few more people. Let me see where I left off, right around there. So Dave Van Allen is here, and Ron and Aretta, and Kate Mack, Dave Mason over there in Scotland, Linda Worcester in Western Mass, Rob Horowitz, Brian Kuiper, I think I said hi to. Steve Davidson is here from the Philadelphia area, and Ann Mintz, of course, my good friend, who is also responsible for the Clunkophonic Mug, and who I believe knew Paul Jeremiah pretty well. And W.I.B. Clark, my good friend, who takes all those great photos of me and is also just a dear friend. And Tom Dietz, and Pam Zappardino, and Kate Petrella, my good friend down there in Florida. Michael Miller checked in, and I think he got to hear the Towns tune. And I think I've covered most of you here. Well, there's still a lot of people here, but there's a lot of comments, and I'm scrolling through as fast as I can. Donna Greenberg, Sharon Lee, my dear friend who's actually Sharon Saki Lips, and Skip Staples, my buddy down there in North Carolina, and Peter Zerblis up in Massachusetts. Carol Pred is asking, now she asked me this, and I don't know anybody in the Ohio area. Can anybody recommend a good acupuncturist in the Cleveland area? Because she has a friend who is in need. And Rich Laughlin is here, and a bloke from England, and Tom Maynard, and Greg Greenway. Hey, buddy. And Greg is just a wonderful singer-songwriter and performer. And Jeffrey Boyle, hi there, Jeffrey, and Ken Nashif. And Ken, I have to report, I'm very sorry to have to say this to you, but there's 2 of my good guitars heading out the door today, and one of them is my J200, because I just don't use it anymore, and I think it should go to a home where it'll get used. And the other one that's going out the door is my other pre-war, which I bought after I got this one, and which I bought on impulse, and I just don't need. Now that J200, you guys may think I shuffle guitars around pretty quickly, and sometimes I do. Hi, Pat Brokaw. And but this that J200 was with me for about 10 or 12 years, so that I got a lot of good use out of that guitar, and now it's time for it to move on. Bob McKenna, I think I said hi to. I'm kind of scrolling. Marlene Burke. And haven't seen her in a little while. She's another great acupuncturist in the Philly area. And who have I missed? Debbie Moore and Owen O'Malley, and I think we're getting near the end of the functional list here. I said hi to most of the rest of you. If I miss anybody, I'm sorry. Mike Carr, that wild man, he calls me a wild man, but that's projection on his part. And Helene Tober Fowler and John Rossi. And all you guys, it's great to have you here. And then there's the Invisibles, who are Kit Serikaku and Judith Fox and Joel Biget and George Young and Mario Prue, and sometimes other people as well. So that's that. I talked about Paul Jeremiah. I think I'm going to leave it at that. And then the schedule is I'm on right now, and I don't know who's on after this. Monday, I don't know who's on. At Tuesday, Cozy is still out west, so I don't think she'll be doing a show unless she manages to pop one in there. I'll be keeping an eye out for that, and you can as well. And then I'll be back on Wednesday at 3 for the regular show then. And then Bunny just signed in here on YouTube. And Bunny says, I have a new Facebook page, but it won't let me comment. Please friend me because it won't let me friend people. They think I'm a scammer, I think. And then Eben Atwater is here, and that's like everything. So next up, I think that's all my announcements. Next up, I'm going to play an original that I haven't played for a while. It's a song about my younger, wilder years. Now, I used to live a Hepcat life. Had a lot of drama, a lot of strife. Staying in some cheap abode. Rent comes due when you hit the road. Catch a ride out of town. Miss your baby and you feel so down. You call her number and you get some guy. Just shrug your shoulders and you go get high. Play the guitar till 3 a.m. Breakfast at noon, then you start again. Late nights at the diner with friends to see for laughter and camaraderie. The sun went down, I was at my best. The sun came up, that's when I'd rest. Now I get up with the dawn. I end up working all day long. I don't quite know why or when I became a model citizen. Life used to be messy in many ways, but boy, I sure miss those Hepcat days. Yes, I used to live a Hepcat life. Had a lot of drama and a lot of strife. Life was messy in many ways, but boy, I sure miss those Hepcat days. Hepcat days, those were the times way back when. Pat Brokaw says, I'm checking YouTube right now. Paul Jeremiah is great. Good. Spread the word, my dear. Larry Brown is here. So Paul Jeremiah, he was considered kind of the guy for playing fingerstyle blues. And I was witness to, I was at a Philadelphia Folk Festival party where the torch was passed because Paul was kind of getting old and wasn't performing anymore. And I was there when we introduced him to Ari Eisinger, who is a little younger than me. I don't know how old Ari is. Maybe he's 65 now or 60. And Ari is likewise one of the greatest blues guitarists going these days. And it was really great seeing these, you know, the old master and the young, at that point, hotshot meet each other. And really a lovely moment. So anyhow. So next up, I'm going to play another original. I'm in a very original sort of mood today. I'm going to have a little more coffee. It might speed up this tune. Because my old hands aren't as fast as they once were. So this is my very own little rag. It's called Raleigh's Rag. And here we go. There it is, Raleigh's Rag, my very own. So, let me see here. So I have one more for you today, and this is another tune with a flat pick. Oddly, I played just two flat pick tunes. Who knew? I'm just like rambling to myself, and it means nothing to you guys. So, somebody requested a Norman Blake tune, and who was it? Rich Fowler, maybe? This is my stock and trade Norman Blake tune, my favorite Norman Blake tune. In fact, pretty much everybody's favorite Norman Blake tune. I've been hanging out of town, Lord, in that low-down rain. Watching Good Time Charlie Friends is driving me insane. Out on shady Charlotte Street, you know the green lights all looked red. I wish I was back on the farm in my feather bed. I'm gonna get myself a rocking chair to see if I could lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. Well, I found myself a paper, friend. I read yesterday's news. Then I folded up page 21 and I stuck it in my shoes. Gave me a nickel to the poor, my good deed for the day. Then I folded up my old billfold and I threw it far away. I wanna get myself a rocking chair, see if I could lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. I had some guitar strings, that old Black Diamond brand. I'd string up this old Martin box, I'd go and join some band. But I guess I'm gonna stay right here, pick and sing a while. Make myself a little change, give them folks a smile. I'm gonna get myself a rocking chair, see if I could lose them thin dime, hard time, hell on Church Street blues. So that's the Church Street Blues by Norman Blake. And let me just scroll here a little, see if I missed anybody. I don't think I missed too many people. I hope I didn't. And like that. So I thank you for joining me. I always appreciate spending this time here with you, and I hope you enjoy it too. And I'll sing you a little mantra. I wonder, let me see if I can get away with this. It might be hard to see, but somewhere over there, there's a little dog. He's behind the microphone stand. If I move that, you might be able to see him snoozing there. The Martin OM18 is sitting on the chair. And we'll get that there. And we'll bring this back here. That was a lot of work just to do this. I just saw Kathy Marzick's comment. Yes, Charlie has a lot of toys. He ignores them most of the time. I've been trying to switch them on and off. His favorite right now is his octopus, which is over here. If I pick it up, he'll come over. And that might be fun. Let's see. Wait. It is actually now a septopus because Charlie has chewed off one of the legs, you can see there, and there's another leg which is hanging on by very little, but this is Charlie's favorite toy these days. Can you see its face? There it is. And Charlie's has perked up, and he likes that part of it. So there you go, buddy. Can't do the camera thing again. So for Charlie, for you guys, for me, for all of us, be happy and be healthy. Be brave and be calm. Be kind, it's a snap. And if you get cranky, take a nap. If you get cranky, take a nap. Great seeing you all, and I will hope to see you again soon.